This is a quick review about my tablet stroke laptop because I use it with an external keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard, and it comes with a standard laptop processor, not your regular mobile processor found on mini laptops. Now, if you're looking for something on a budget, you know, easy to carry about and with good battery life, this might be the perfect device for you. Now, this device was released in 2014, so it is very old compared to, the kind of performance you get on devices that are released recently. But that doesn't mean that it is not good for some of your, daily needs. Now, this can handle low to medium applications depending on what you're trying to use it for. I do much of graphics design and video editing, though I have a workstation that I use for heavy video editing, and this is just for me to showcase and do some light you know photo editing, graphics design, and light video editing. Now, there are things I love about this laptop, and there are things I wish were improved. And one of the things I love about it is the budget is pretty, for me it's cheap compared to the design quality. I live in Nigeria, and it cost me about 280,000 naira to get this. So depending on your country, you can't get it new. You can only get it used because it's old. I got it for 280,000 naira here in my country. So in dollars, it might be around maybe 180 to $200 or so. So depending on your country. Now there are things I love about it, and one of the things I like is the screen size. It is, it's perfect for me. I don't know, everyone has their own preference, but 12 inches is okay for me. So another thing I love is the screen, the build quality. It is pretty solid, and it comes with this adjustable stand, which you can adjust to any angle of your choice depending on the position that you're standing. And I find that pretty easy, to use. You don't have to look for objects, to place behind to use the tablet. Now, another thing I love is the fact that this device has an inbuilt fan, just like a regular laptop. But most people feel okay because of the size, and the fact that it's thin, that it doesn't have a fan or is fanless. It's not fanless, it has fans, but just one fan though. But you have to push the processor to that limit for you to see, or for you to hear the sound of that fan. Now that helps in cooling, you understand? So that's why it can handle low to medium applications, without stress. Now this variant I got is the Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gig SSD storage. Now the other variants like the Core i3 with 4 gigs of RAM, and you have the Core i7 as well, but I have the Core i5 here, and it's been working for me for most of the things that I do on it. It's perfect. So another thing I love about it is, aside the fact that it has fan, it comes with standard USB ports, your USB A ports. This 3.0 speed. It has a mini display port. It has the volume rockers, just like a regular tablet. It has a power button, which works for powering on your tab, and also it works for locking your screen. So another thing I love is the screen resolution. It's a 2K display, and I find that very, very okay for me. Watching movies and your picture you're editing, it's pretty much very sharp. It is an IPS display, but it is good and great for me. I mean, for this price point, it is very, very much okay. It has two speakers, on the side. They are stereo speakers with Dolby Vision. Then it has both front and back camera. They are not the best, but they work for your normal Zoom meeting, your video calls, and they are pretty much okay for that. So I installed Windows 11 on it, and it has no issue handling that. Now, some of the things I don't like. No, before that, another thing I love is the battery life. despite the fact that this device was released back in 2014. I mean, as at then when it was released, it was advertised that you can get up to 8 to 10 hours of standby time or battery usage, time on it. But in 2024, I'm surprised that I can still get up to like 5 hours, you know, doing low tax or running low applications on it. I can get up to like 4 to 5 hours usage on this tablet, and to me, that's really really good. So I love the fact that I can use, I can take it out without, you know, getting worried about taking charging brick with me, and I find that very convenient. So that's another thing I love about this tablet. Now, going to things I don't like about the tablet or I wish were improved, the fact that when you run heavy applications, the fans kick in, and this the right hand side where the board is located, gets pretty warm. You understand, when you're running heavy applications, and depends on your ambient temperature as well. The ambient temperature tends to affect whatever device you're using also, but it gets warm when you push this tablet too far. So that's one of the things I really don't like about it. But you won't, bother much about that because definitely, if you're using the keyboard or you're using an external keyboard like I do with it, so it's not like you're touching the screen or you're feeling it. You understand? So it is also very quiet, except maybe you're running heavy applications and you push the processor far. That's when you can, hear the noise of the fan kicking in. But aside that, another thing I wish was improved, or you know, is the fact that it has just one USB port, and I don't really like that because sometimes I use an external mouse for this, so I have to get a USB hub if I want to use more than the one USB peripheral. You understand? And I find that it to me I really don't like that. In short, I just wish they had at least like two USB-A ports, and I wish this mini display port was an HDMI port. That would have been better because I'll have to get an adapter if I want to use this with my monitor or my TV. So that's another thing I don't, like about it. This is the charging port, and it charges pretty well. It uses a 45 watts charging brick. Then another thing about it is that I don't like is the fact that it is difficult to maintain. And what I mean by difficult to maintain is if you want to repaste your processor, for instance, you want to repaste after a while, maybe your processor paste, you assume it would have dried up and you want to repaste. There's no way you can get inside of this device without removing the screen, and that's I mean, that's risky because if you're not a professional or a very skilled engineer, you're going to damage the screen on the course of removing the screen to get inside. So, and I find that I don't know. I don't I don't like that. The fact that I can't repaste or clean up the internals of this device myself. I don't like that aspect. So I wish they made it, easy to access when it comes to maintenance. So, and I don't think this was ever opened. This device was ever opened since it was produced because I can't even find any traces. I'm just saying, you have good engineers that, they are pretty much good in fixing things, but I just wish I can, open it up myself, clean it up, change the thermal paste and all that, to improve the efficiency and performance. But the fact that I can't do that without removing the screen, which is risky, uh, I don't like that aspect, and that's one of the big disadvantage I don't like because I'm a type of person that when I get a device, especially used device, I like to tear it down, do thorough cleaning myself and recouple it again. But since I've gotten this device, this is the only device I've gotten that I have not opened it to check the internals, to clean it up and all that. But so far, it's been working really, really good for me. If you've used a similar device like this and maybe there are some things I forgot to mention or something, please put them in the comment section. You understand? And if you have other questions you want to ask me about the tablet, maybe some of the things that can work on it and all that, because I don't want this video to be too long. Uh, please put them in the comment section. And please, if you like this kind of content that I do, uh, do it to subscribe, like, share, and I'll be posting subsequent videos, on other system that I have, their performance, what you can use them for, and I can also do recommendations for you if you're on a budget, to get the most out of um your get the most value out of what you're paying for. So please reach out to me in the comment section.